Good evening, folks. John Adamson with Seeking Light. And yes, I am seeking some light. Let's see if we can do a little bit better there. Well, maybe you don't want my full face, and it's a little bit easier to hold it up here. So I am doing a video in my car as usual. Let's get right down to it. So just warning, this video may be removed because of something I'm going to talk about. Second topic. But let's talk first about the slap heard around the world. And that, of course, was the other night, Will Smith at the Oscars going up and slapping Chris Rock after he told the joke that made Jada Pinkett the butt of the joke. And so if you haven't seen the video, watch it, see what you think. I don't think it was a setup. After watching it, seeing his reaction, but not only seeing his reaction, but seeing Chris Rock's reaction, I think it was a legit. He went up and slapped him. It wasn't a skit. Here's how it basically played out. Chris Rock tells a joke. Jada Pinkett has her head shaved because she's been losing hair related to a skin condition she has. And anyway, so she's got this bald head, basically, except for some short stubble. And Chris Rock, it was saying something about Will Smith, and then he said something about Jada Pinkett, said, I'm looking forward to seeing you in G.I. Jane 2. And the camera cuts to first Will Smith, who's laughing about it, and then it cuts to Jada Pinkett, who obviously looked uncomfortable about it. And then you see Chris Rock up there saying, uh-oh, because Will Smith is walking towards him. And Will Smith delivers a very significant slap to the face, enough to knock Chris Rock to the side quite a bit. And then Chris Rock has a comeback, which seems to indicate that it might have been a joke, especially when you see Will Smith kind of laughing at first, but then Will Smith exchange with Chris Rock indicates that he was pretty ticked, and it didn't seem like he was acting. And then after Chris Rock says something about the best entertainment in show business or something like that, as a little crack after that, it's pretty clear that he's a little discombobulated. He was not expecting that, and so I'm going with Will Smith and Chris Rock did not rehearse that. So what happened between Will Smith and Chris Rock, or I should say Will Smith laughing and then going up and slapping, I think his wife gave him a look like, really, you think that's funny? And to save face with his wife, he decided to take matters in his own hands. Now, was he justified? I'm going to make this brief. So as far as biblical principles go, there is a principle called lex talionis, which means basically just law, or has to do with just law, I should say. And it's simple. It's an eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. And it's what Jesus talks about. And he tells the Christian, the one that would follow him, that they don't have to follow the law. In fact, they can decide to not seek justice. So if you get slapped on one cheek, you can turn to them the other. You don't necessarily have to take an eye for an eye. If you are forced to carry a pack 1 mile, you can carry it 2. In other words, you don't have to just follow the law. You can show acts of mercy and grace. So with that said, what did Chris Rock do? He told probably, I mean, jokes are often at the expense of other people. Sometimes they're at your own expense, but like most comedians, he's going to pick on somebody. And perhaps it wasn't a good idea to do that, especially knowing that Will Smith was in solid contention for, and he did win an Oscar for Best Actor. Probably not good timing, but then, that's what comedians do. He says a bad word against his wife. And frankly, it was fairly mild. And, certainly he could have, Will Smith could have clarified, look, she suffers from this Probably not a good joke on her, on her behalf. Please apologize. But instead, he trades a slap, a physical assault, for a verbal assault. And the verbal assault, again, I believe was pretty mild. And he didn't even know that she was suffering from this skin condition. So anyway, lex talionis has to do with fair exchanges. So if you do take the eye of somebody else, you get your eye taken. If you do take the life of somebody else, you get your life taken. There were instances where there was more paid back than was taken, and those specific instances are outlined in the book of Leviticus, which is the statement of the law brought through the Levites, the Levitic law. So there are times when you take more than, but for the most part, you have equal exchanges, and this was certainly not equal. So on a biblical sense, I would say Will Smith was not justified. And certainly he should face the law, which he won't. And anyway, Chris Rock, he got more than he deserved. And here's the other thing. This sets a precedent. The idea that, and I'm not the only one to originate this, the idea that our words are violence and they should be met with violence. Now, you've heard the expression, them are fighting words. You've probably heard that expression before. And, there is a point at which somebody continues to give a verbal assault upon you or a loved one, you're going to have to stand up for them. But I think Will Smith was over the top. Now, what is going on with YouTube? So I discovered I was having problems with loading videos earlier today. I thought it was related to my internet. I thought maybe something was wrong with my phone. I rebooted it. And then I noticed that the genre of videos I was having problems with were one particular topic area. I'll give you a hint. This topic has been very heavy in the news recently, made more so by the recent judicial nominee for the Supreme Court, and also the NCAA swim meets for women. You might have guessed it by now. It is the issue of transgenderism. And I've noticed today, and I started scanning as many videos as I could find on the subject to see if it was a one-off or maybe a few videos were suffering. But no, it appears to be, and perhaps I'm breaking this as news, I don't know, that YouTube has blocked a number of videos on YouTube related to transgenderism. Whether it's people that are just bringing up the news about transgender law, the Don't Say Gay bill, the so-called Don't Say Gay bill down in Florida, which was just signed into law today. And then you've got this issue of the judge saying she doesn't know what a woman is. You've got Leah Thompson, or Thomas, I forget what the last name is, this man who thinks he's a woman competing against women. All sorts of videos are down in YouTube right now. I just checked a bunch of them. And that topic was the one that they're being blocked for. So YouTube is apparently going on a current rampage to eliminate as many of them as they can. And it's interesting, the timing too, because Steven Crowder, whose video will probably be taken down, just posted today a video where he does these change my mind videos where he'll go to a college campus, he'll set up a table, the table will have a huge banner on it, and it'll be some controversial statement like, there are only two genders, change my mind. And he'll invite students to come up and talk to him or faculty that happen to be there. And this particular one was there should be no transgender women in women's sports or something to that effect. That video last I saw, and I actually listened to some of it, is still up. It may be down soon. And like I said, my video may come down. But I'm not really saying anything about the subject matter other than just reporting that. Check it out for yourself. You will find, I believe, that there may be some videos that are still showing through that are getting to the search if you type in transgenderism and you're able to play them, but a lot of them are blocked now. And in YouTube, What is up with you, man? I mean, free speech, free speech. You know, you allow so much hate already on YouTube. You think that discussions about transgenderism is hateful, and whether men who think they're women should be in sports, you think that that's hate? Well, maybe you ascribe to the Will Smith school of hate, who thinks words are actually violence, and so you have to react violently, so to speak, by taking down these videos rather than just debating them. So the subject matter is related, even though my title of this video doesn't seem to have a parent relationship, but it is truly related. Anyway, that's all I've got. Check out YouTube. Check out transgenderism. See if you can find it. And if you've watched this video, see if it's still around in a few days. Who knows? Anyway, John Adamson with Seeking Light. Take care. God bless.